abracadabra and voila, it just comes out like mine. I don't know, but it happened. I was terrified that this girl goes that extreme to copy me. But yeah, that it was never her thing to do something like that. It was never. Sorry, I'm looking at the time as well. It was never her thing, but she was smart. She mixed it with her fashion, added gems, colors, made it more advanced. So to everyone else, it looked like she created the concept, and I just copied it on paper. When it was my idea in the first place, but when it was my drawing in the first place, and suddenly my €1 business ruined. Since that day, people stopped coming to me. Literally, they stopped coming to me. I can hear whispers and be like, "Oh my god, that girl that copied Erica." And then I'll get side comments like, I'm not even kidding. I love Barbie a lot. I remember I told you guys that I was hardcore fan of Barbie, and I'm still a hardcore fan of Barbie, but Erica was also hardcore fan of Barbie. She liked Raquel and I liked Barbie. Original of me, who cares? I love Barbie. She is so inspirational. I love her so much and her personality. They started to call me Raquel. Literally, I'm not even kidding. I can side comments of like, "Oh my gosh, the Raquel." And you know that character Raquel, she is envious of Barbie. She tries to ruin her business and everything. But there's also like controversy in how she acts and stuff. Like she's a good person and sometimes she's a frenemy, I would say. So I became the Raquel. Even though I was Barbie, but I became the Raquel. Anyway. And I'm just sitting there in maths class, like I can't even do fractions now. I'm being accused of fraud. Now this is where it hit me. This wasn't just bullying anymore. This was planned, because this girl didn't just want to hurt me. She wanted to take something that was mine and make it hers. Would you look at that? And you know what? Nowadays, girls do act like this as well. So be careful of girls acting like this as well. It is very dangerous to have someone like that around you. So, at this point, I had no money at all. Like the whole days, I did not have money. The reason why I wanted to earn so much money back then, it was because not only did I have less pocket money from my parents, but because I wanted to buy a drink from the shops that is called Chufi. It was one of my favorite drinks back then, and old fans will know about this, but new fans, I always mention in my videos, my old videos, Chufi here, and the image of Chufi, and you're gonna see it now as well. But Chufi is actually a drink from Spain, not here, because I tried to buy it from here. There's no trace here. It only sells on Spain or like areas that are like Spanish, like London. It only sells on Spain. Everyone agrees that's the best drink ever. So all my money's wasted on that drink. The best drink in the world. And I did not have any money I had no money to buy those drinks. So for 4 days I had no money, no business, because I was there with my drawing, like, "Can you buy my drawing?" I was in the corner like as if I was crying, and I wasn't crying, but like it just looked like I was crying in the corner with my drawing, like, "Can you buy me a drawing, please?" And the wind blowing, like the dirty, you know, like in cartoons where there's a desert. I don't know, that's how you call it, a desert, and the wind blows and it's so dry. That kind of wind, so dry towards me. The sad music with the drawing on my hand, and people just looking at me with dirty looks. That was the kind of situation I was in, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to confront her. But because there was something as well about it that I'm not going to mention in this video, because it's private, but also private for that person as well. So I'm not, for the sake of that person and for myself, I'm not going to actually say what is the problem. But I am actually going to mention it like as in the story, but talk gibberish. I would say I would talk gibberish. Mentioning it at some point, you guys will figure it out. I'm mentioning it but not actually addressing what it is, because it's personal, but we all go through it, and I think you will relate to some of the lines and some not. But this story time, this part is going to be really confusing for you, because it's not mentioning the actual topic. Like, what is it that you two are so relatable about, you that you two have the same problem. We both had the same problem going on, and people were talking about it. People were talking about something that happened to Erica, but also this affected her physically. So people can see the physical damage, not damage, but physically there was something going on, and people noticed about it and talked about it. And through people I knew about it, and I was sympathizing, and people were like blah 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 blah, but I was sympathizing about it. Why? Because we were childhood friends back then as well, but also because I went through the same shit. I'm going through the same shit as well, and nowadays as well. Like, now, back then to now, I'm still going through, and I'm still fighting. So back then, that it is a really sensitive topic, and for people to just say it like that, it is not good, because you can trigger some people as well. So sometimes be careful with your words. So we did go through the same problem. It was really triggering. It's a really triggering topic, a really sensitive topic, especially when that problem manifests into physically, but also in the wrong way as well. And I sympathized, and I had a soft spot for her. So for my confrontation right there, I was like, I'm not going to use this, I'm going to use this. I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to take responsibility of my own actions, not doing this, but using my words, but carefully as well. I did not want to fight with her, because this clearly did not come from her. Clearly it came from something inside of her that was hurting, and she was doing this. I don't know. I don't justify what she did, because what she did was bad. But I do sympathize that, because she's in a bad place, but because I know what she's going through, I can kind of understand what she has done towards me. I can understand at some point what she has done to me. So what I needed was a confrontation, and a clear answer. I just wanted to talk to her, but also wanted to hear an apology, because this wasn't right. This isn't right. You don't treat people like that. I was getting my drink, so a sip drink break. I've been talking. Anyway, so the confrontation, it happened just early. I was thinking of the confrontation, and it actually happened early, a day later, and it wasn't like, oh my god, in front of everyone. No, it was actually in the girls' toilet, and this time, like, it was break time. People still had to go to class, and the toilets were actually empty. It was just me and her. When I came outside the toilet, I saw her washing her hands, and I was washing my hands. So awkward though, so awkward, because I still wanted to say something. And now I'm going to read my lines, because this is time to read my lines right here. This is emotional, so I wrote, I need this part to sound emotional, and because it's, buckle up your belts, because it's about to begin the serious part of this story time. So, and there we are in the girls' toilet. No audience, no whispers, no fake reactions. Just me and her. The same girl I used to play with in the park. The same girl who now turned my whole school against me. We're both washing our hands in silence, and you could literally feel the tension in the air, like one word and everything would explode. So I look at her through the mirror and I say, Erica, we need to talk. She pauses, doesn't even look at me properly at first, just dries her hands slowly, like she's buying time. About what? She says, acting like she doesn't know. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. You know what? This girl had the nerve to be like, about what? That right there, I was like, oh my god. But then I was like, you know what? Back down. She's going through something. I'm going through something as well. Let's not be childish. The type of mentality I used to have back then at 12 years old. And the 12 years old back then would have effort. I'm going for the punch. I am going for the NN.